Hello, my name is Hidden Remnants, and welcome back to another episode of my Minecraft Let's Play. We are currently standing in the almost complete villager trading hall that we worked on last episode. Now, this side of the trading hall is the part that's not complete. That is due to the fact that we ran out of some slime, so we weren't able to finish the redstone stuff in the back. All that redstone bits. So that is what we're going to do right now. At the beginning of this episode, we are going to build ourselves a slime farm. And luckily enough, just out here, I believe there is a slime chunk in this general area. I haven't marked out yet, so I'm going to do that right now. Now, the way that we are going to find these chunk boundaries is actually quite interesting. So I went ahead and placed some leaves here. And now what we are going to do is go into settings, go to our video, and then going to go to fancy leaves. Turn off fancy leaves. And then if we give this an update, that should, right here. See how these are non-fancy and then these are still fancy? So right here is the chunk boundary in between those two blocks, and we're about to drown. But that's okay. So now we know that there is a chunk border right there. So now we just have to do the same thing going in this direction. And the reason we have to do stuff like this is because it's much harder to download a texture pack on Xbox. We're gonna go ahead and place ourselves some leaves going in this direction. This should be enough. Alright, so now I'm gonna go back into settings. And we're gonna go to video, and then we're gonna turn off the fan. We're gonna turn on the fancy leaves, and then okay. Hello, and now if we look at this right here, right there's the chunk border, because those are the non-fancy leaves and those are the fancy leaves. So as soon as we catch our breath, we can just pop back down here. You can get a better view of it. See how you can see through these leaves, and these are just dark. Yeah. So then we know the chunk border is right there, in between those two blocks. And from that, we can determine the chunk borders of all of it. So we know that there's a chunk border in between these two blocks. So this block will be in this chunk, and this block will be in this chunk. And then we also know that there's a chunk border between these two blocks. This block will be in this chunk, this block will be in this chunk. Now we also know that a chunk is 16 blocks across in both directions. So we can count 15 more blocks from this block, and then we will find the other end of the chunk border. So that's what we're going to do right now. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 13, 15, 16. Now this is the other end of the chunk, and then if I place another block right here, that would be in this chunk. Now, if we look over here, we know that there's a chunk border between these two blocks. So we can go out 16 blocks in this direction. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 15, 16. Awesome. So now you can start to see the boundaries of the chunk. So this is the chunk here. It is a little bit unclear with all these lines going through and these other lines branching off it. So I'm going to remove all of those lines so we have just the boundary, just the outline of the chunk, and then we can get to work on this slime farm. And there we have it. We have the entire chunk marked out. So what we are gonna have to do next is actually mine everything below this area. So that's going to be some fun times. But yeah, this is, in all seriousness, this is going to take a little while. If you're wondering why I'm building a slime farm in the ocean of all places, that is because, well, one, it's next to my trading hall, and two, since it's in the ocean, I don't have to like clear out an entire chunk to get like surface spawns. It's this whole thing. Basically, I'm just gonna get more slimes spawning, so it's gonna increase the efficiency of the farm. Alright, so we have this chunk all marked out and stuff. We have it outlined with leaves around the edges. And I was about to start digging this down, but then I found out that this chunk right here is also a slime chunk. So I've made the decision that we are just going to go ahead and make this part of the slime farm too. So we're going to extend like this line about 16 blocks back this way to encompass both of these chunks, and then that'll double the efficiency of our farm. And that does mean that we will have to dig out twice the amount of blocks, but I don't think that's that bad. Yeah, but let's actually get some progress on this thing, so let's mark that out and then let's start digging down. So we're about halfway through with digging this thing out, and we're starting to get a few slime spawning. Yeah, this is fine. This is perfectly fine. I just have a horde of slimes following me. Yeah, if I had any doubt that these are slime chunks, they are definitely gone now. So we're getting quite a few slime spawning. We're about halfway, which is pretty good. If we pop up here and we look in these chests, we have gotten ourselves quite a few resources from this. But that's enough messing around. Let's get back to it. Back to the grind. After a lot of mining and my pickaxes taking quite a beating, we're finally done with the mining. But I realized that I haven't actually explained how I'm going to do this farm. So we are going to have a bunch of layers for the slimes to spawn on. We're going to build those out over these two slime chunks. These areas that I dug down over here are not slime chunks, so no slimes should be spawning in there. But anyway, so the slimes will spawn on the layers, and then we're going to have iron golems positioned in the walls. And then the slimes will want to go and fight the iron golems. So they're going to hop on over to them and then fall down into this hole down here. And then down here, I'm going to have all of these blocks be replaced with magma. So then they'll just take damage over time. And then underneath the magma, I'm going to throw in some hopper minecarts, just going back and forth, picking up all the slime, and then I'll have it like deposit in one area, and then I'll probably like shoot into water stream and like shoot up to the surface or something. Might put it near the villager hall. I don't know. I haven't really thought about it that far, but it's a possibility. But right now, I actually want to make this place look a little nicer. So we're going to tear out all of these ugly splotches of stuff. This gravel patch and this diorite patch. These ores. We're going to just take them out, replace it with stone. Just make everything look a little smoother. Because this part's going to be visible for the final design that I had in mind. but we're going to get onto that final design later. So right now, let's just go and clean all of this area up. Alright, I have to say this looks so much nicer. There's like no ugly splotches everywhere. It just looks great. I also went ahead and built up the spawning platforms. And I just used some stone slabs. And then I threw some torches down in rows to prevent non-slime mobs from spawning. Because slimes are special and they can spawn even when there's light. Don't ask me why. Just because. Oh, down here now. Alright. And that's actually a great segue to what I want to do next. I want to get some magma for this magma pit area down here. So that is what we're going to do right now. Alright, so I have the magma in, and it already seems to be working. Look at all of these slime balls that we're getting. If we come down here, I put in all of the rails for the minecarts to go on. So yes, this farm is like almost complete. The only thing it's missing right now is the iron golems that are supposed to be in the walls to lure these slimes into jumping onto the magma. But before we do the iron golems, I want to do the exterior aesthetics up here, because I might be able to slide in another spawning platform, but I'm not sure as of now. So we're going to jump right ahead and ouch. We're going to jump right ahead and get the exterior aesthetics done. That's a tongue twister. But anyway, let's do it right now. I've just finished this build, and I have to say, I'm loving this so much. I love how, like, the diorite, it looks like the smooth diorite is slowly degrading into this normal diorite. And then we got all the, like I was saying, we have the mossy and cracked stone brick. You know what? These guys, my gosh. Like I was saying, we have the mossy and cracked stone brick variants in here. And then we have the seagrass just like taking over the entire thing. And I just love this. I'm going to come down here and get some air. No, it's really like the building is telling a story about how the ocean is like slowly taking over it and like tearing it apart. And I love that. And there's another drowned. These things are so annoying. But we won't have to deal with them for long if we drain this entire thing out. Great transition, am I right? Yeah, but we have to drain all of this out. And I don't have sponges because I haven't found an ocean monument yet. Which would have been helpful because then I would have been able to make a conduit, which I also don't have. But anyway, we have to drain all of this out using nothing but sand. So that's going to be fun. I get to go gather a ton of sand, and then place a ton of sand, and then break a ton of sand. But instead of just talking about it, let's actually do it. So right now, I'm going to drain this entire thing out. And then we will be almost done, minus the golems, with this slime farm. This looks amazing. I love this view. Just watching all the fish swim above you, all the water. This just looks great. I love this. I love everything about this build. The outside, the inside, this is just great. This even looks better from like up there because all the light is shining up through the glass into the ocean, and this is just amazing. I love all of this. But now we have to put in the golems, and this is going to be very expensive. It's 4 iron blocks per golem, and that's a lot of iron. That is 64 iron blocks. So I really don't want to do this, but we're going to do it. Oh, I also built up a item dropper and water stream that leads to a storage system up there by the villager trading hall. It's just a tiny one. It's temporary. I will build a more established one later, but whatever. I just need somewhere to collect all of the goods. But yeah, we're going to build these golems right now. Oh, and I actually got really lucky because right here, this diorite wall, and that diorite wall, and that diorite wall, and the diorite wall on the hole over there that you can't see right now. This is actually the wall separating the inside from the ocean side. So I am just able to fit a golem in this area, which is really lucky because if I had made this wall 1 block closer, it would not have been good and things would have been different. But I got lucky and I was able to make it work. Like down here, these would have been fine, but yeah, that top layer might have been bad. But anyway, enough stalling. We are going to get these golems in. It's going to be painful going through 64 iron blocks, but we're going to do it. Blocks in T position and iron golem. Hello. Yep, you just get to chill here and do nothing. And fall. Alright. So we have to do, what is it? 15 more golems. So this might take a little while. Well, now that we have this thing all finished up and I've cleared out all my chests and stuff and I've removed any odd block that may have been out of place, we are actually going to get this thing going. So I'm going to close off these 4 water streams that I've had, and yeah, we're gonna run this thing for about an hour just to see how much we can get from it from an hour of AFKing. So yeah, I'll clear out the storage system, and yeah, this will be interesting. But I have to go through and fill in every platform. Not really hard, but oop, there we go. Oh, I also built a little back door into the farm just in case I ever want to like get in here without flooding the entire thing by breaking the glass up there. So yeah, little feature I've made. Yeah, but I'm gonna fill in these holes and then we're gonna AFK for an hour and we'll see how much profit we get. Alright, so it's been about an hour and we have all of this stuff and all of this stuff. So like that's about 20 stacks of slime balls. And that's just crazy. For like 1 hour of AFKing, like I'm never gonna have to AFK here for like long periods of times. This is just great. This farm is amazing. I love this building, love everything about it. It is so good. And I know I've said that like a million times, but I'm just gonna keep on saying it. I love it. Right now, we're going to use some of this slime to finish up the redstone in this half of the villager trading hall, because we could not do that without the slime, and now we have it. So that's how things work. Yeah, so we're gonna build up the redstone on this side and make it match the redstone on this side with all this fun stuff. So I finished up the redstone here, and now this villager trading hall is all complete, which is great. And another project we completed today, yay, it's raining, is the slime farm. So yeah, quite a productive episode. Hello, Drowns. Yeah, quite a productive episode. We got 2 projects done, which is great. I also used a little bit of my slime to build this giant slime throne because why not? So yeah, I've slime for days. I'm the slime king. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep on chugging this for the rest of the video. But yeah, unfortunately that is all the time we have left for today. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are amazing. If you like the video and you want to see more of them, hit that subscribe button. And I will see you guys in the next one.